G'day viewers, Retro Man here. Today we'll be continuing on with our movie magazine series. We've got movie 80, number 3, coming your way. Stay tuned for more.
Coming to you from a basement studio somewhere down under, it's the 80s Show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man dusts off his magazine collection and shows you issue 3 of movie 80. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man.
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today we'll be continuing on with our movie magazine series. In fact, I've got movie 80, number 3 right here. It has The Village People on the cover, and by the looks of it, Valerie Perrine, Steve Guttenberg and Bruce Jenner. There was a little movie called Can't Stop the Music is featured on the cover of movie 80, number 3, and there's a heck of a lot of other interesting material in this magazine. So let's check it out, guys. Without further ado, let's deep dive into movie 80, number 3. So there we have it, guys. We've got the gang from Can't Stop the Music on the cover of movie 80, number 3. We've also got Al Pacino in Cruising, it says here, movie crossword, and Amazing, the Man with Bogart's Face. So let's check this out. We've got Steve Martin in The Jerk. That came out in 79 in other parts of the world, but 80 in Australia. We've got a picture here of Alan Carr and Jane Fonda, by the looks of it, in the inside page, just on the table of contents. So we've got Little Miss Marker. That was a bit of a family film with Walter Matthau. And we've also got Being There, one of the last films featuring Peter Sellers. So let's keep moving along. The Man with Bogart's Face, that was advertised on the cover. That's a double page on that. Actually, there's 4 pages on that inside here. And Blackbeard's Ghost, that was a very entertaining Disney film. And we've got Silver Dream Racer, David Essex, bit of a poster for that one. And we've got Wildcats of St. Trinian's. Geez, those St. Trinian's films were wild. We've got American Gigolo with Richard Gere. Actually, there's a new American Gigolo series out at the moment without Richard Gere, but that's another story. So that's a couple of pages on that. Actually, John Travolta was meant to be in this film, but Richard Gere ended up doing it. What do we got here? Breaking Away. That was a big film. That had Dennis Quaid in it, Daniel Stern and others. That film was very critically acclaimed about bicycle riding. And The Jazz Singer we've got here with Neil Diamond and Laurence Olivier and Flash Gordon. Look at that shot of Flash, Sam J. Jones. Man. And Nijinsky, that's a bit of an arty film. And All That Jazz with, what's his name? The Jaws guy, Roy Schneider, that's right. And we've got, Steve McQueen is Tom Horn. That was one of his last films. That's a bit of a wacky western, that one. A bit serious, really. It's, one of Steve McQueen's last ones. And the movie musical event of the 80s, we have Alan Carr's Can't Stop the Music. Was it really the event of the 80s? Well, that's up to choice, I guess. But there's Valerie Perrine, milk shaking it up there. And, that was a bit of a flop, that film. But it did all right business in Australia, Can't Stop the Music. Some people really took to it. Anyway, moving right along, movie briefs. We've got Kramer versus Kramer, Norma Ray, and we've got a few other things here. That looks like we've got something by Brian Trenchard Smith, Laurel Hardy, and Malcolm McDowell. Lots of fun there. Touch and Go. This is a bit of an interesting one. That's an Australian film by the looks of it. John English, the Australian singer, is popping up right there. And we've got Silver Dream Racer, David Essex. Whew, look at that one. He was a bit of a name in the 80s. Bad Timing. That's Art Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel. A bit of a torrid film, that one. And Pacino in Cruising. Now, that film's a matter of taste. It's certainly not Serpico. It is Cruising, and definitely a matter of taste, that one. And we've got the big red one with Lee Marvin. Lee Marvin made his way into the 80s, and Mark Hamill was in that one with him. $1 Million Memories with Susan Hayward there. A little bit of a flashback to the silver screen. And we've got a bit of some movie books here, Lord of the Rings, Black Hole, etc. And Coal Miner's Daughter. The Loretta Lynn story starring Sissy Spacek, and Tommy Lee Jones was also in that one. And, look at that. Olivia Newton-John is coming up in Xanadu. Wow, that's a great shot of Olivia. Let's keep moving along. Soundtracks. Yes, there's a soundtrack section always in the back of the magazine. And Simon, that's a bit of a weird one. With, what's his name? I just can't think of his name. Yes, I can think of his name. What's his name? That guy. The crazy guy. Catch-22, Mr. Alan Arkin in Simon. I actually haven't seen that film. And, Alan Arkin, what an actor. And North Sea Hijack, I mean, this is one of those films that Roger Moore did in between the Bond films. And we've got, what's this one here? This is a bit of an odd little picture. That's some sort of Australian film. And we've got more on Can't Stop the Music. And we've got a crossword puzzle. And we've hit the end now. Jan Michael Vincent and his little film there called Defiance. I watched that not long ago, and it's quite the film. It's in one of those tenement buildings in New York. And Jan Michael Vincent was a bit of a player in the 70s. He kind of moved into Airwolf in the 80s, but that's another story. And a poster at the end here, Little Miss Marker with Walter Matthau and Julie Andrews. And even Tony Curtis was in that one. So there we have it, guys. A cigarette commercial on the back, but I'll flip it over to the front there. And movie 80, number 3, and it was all about the Village People. I mean, if you're into the Village People, there's plenty of them in this magazine. But that was great, reflecting on the films of 1980. That was number 3. So there we have it, guys. Movie 80, number 3. It was fun reflecting on this. And we've got lots more movie magazines from Down Under coming your way. I will return next time with movie 80, number 4. In the meantime, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys, and keep checking out my movie magazine episodes. Until next time, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and with more surprises than a jumping kangaroo. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.